Hello and welcome to this presentation on our brand new educational video game, Surviving Japanese Internment. I'm very excited to present this game to you today. It is a brand new role-playing game that offers plenty of student exploration while developing their critical thinking skills to develop effective strategies. So let's dive in and let's explore what this game can do for your classroom. Surviving Japanese Internment explores analyzing and understanding how Japanese internment camps were an unethical act of civil rights. Players select a character and gain perspectives of the harsh living conditions by managing resources within the camp to provide for their family and survival. Throughout the game, players reveal racism and civil rights issues and make connections to the reasons behind Roosevelt's Executive Order 9066. As players progress and manage their home environment, they become involved with the game of baseball and get involved in a community that escapes oppression, allowing them to overcome defeat. The primary target audience is high school history students. Although anyone can play and learn something from this game, the game targets students learning about the issues surrounding Japanese internment camps during World War II. Now, through interviews conducted on students, students mentioned enjoying playing modern video games and the ability to upgrade and customize their characters. This game allows students to develop their characters by earning rewards that directly affect families' living conditions. Players can upgrade their home environment, seek new job opportunities, and make choices that connect to their own personal lives. Given the pandemic and remote learning circumstances that may occur, students are able to access this game across a variety of devices such as iPads, mobile phones, laptops, anything with internet access. This ensures that students can remain connected to the learning experience while learning synchronously in the classroom or asynchronously for homework. For best implementation of this game, it should be used by teachers with students to reinforce concepts and ideas centered around the civil rights issues of World War II. Students will analyze one of the major issues surrounding World War II, including the internment of Japanese Americans as a result of Roosevelt's Executive Order 9066. In addition, students will understand the positive impact of baseball in internment camps. Students will also acquire conceptual understanding and skills to solve problems and make informed decisions. And this game really values the ideas and morals of being open-minded and viewing the American people also, and President Roosevelt's argument are embedded in the game for students to make connections. There may be controversial sensitive issues over race within the game, but this is an essential moment in history where American culture and the era are understood and debated through classroom discussion. This game also will allow students to develop connections to past and present historical events. With the teacher's guidance, students connect choices made within the game to their personal lives. Students playing will develop an understanding of debatable historical moments. The game works best as a supplement to the formal learning that takes place in the classroom. Teachers using the game with students help students connect the big ideas surrounding civil rights through an interactive experience, and students develop life management skills as a result of their gameplay. Students engage by having plenty of choice while challenging their critical thinking skills in gameplay combined with a unique learning experience. It is an ideal activity for teachers to use in their lesson planning for making connections to the effects of World War II and civil rights issues. Students are familiar with many indie games that are available for free on the mobile gaming market, and this game incorporates some modern 2D graphics that offer very colorful and animated visuals with a fun cartoon artistic appeal while still maintaining relevance to the time. The music in the game also provides a nice edge that keeps students entertained while making them aware of the music that was around during the era. Additionally, this style of gaming keeps students engaged through their choices and is also easily accessible quickly and on the go at any moment. Learning history can be boring for some students through worksheets or direct teaching methods, as students have mentioned throughout their interviews. Instead, with this game, students get to explore and analyze events in history by interacting with the internment camp environment and relating to career opportunities that they might find relevant in their personal lives. This game also provides an engaging way to learn and analyze how the Japanese people survived in internment camps while allowing for teachers and students to make connections to civil rights violations. Players select their character and embark on survival with their families in the camp. Players will control their character to interact with the camp environment and people. Players initially begin by selecting a job, and points are earned by accomplishing job tasks. Players manage their resources within the camp and provides for their families, supplies for the kids at school, maintains the home environment, and must avoid violence. There's an overall health meter that states the family's living conditions and a points meter that indicates the amount of funds gained from jobs and activities. As time progresses, the family health meter begins to run low, and the player will need to make informed decisions to retain the family's well being. Players gain perspective of what life was like in the camps, and they realize how difficult it was by efficiently managing their resources. The artificial intelligence built into the game reveals racism and civil rights issues, where players learn the why behind the Americans' perspective of the camps throughout the gameplay. The learning objectives also challenge players to establish personal relationships of overcoming struggles and dealing with unethical issues in modern day society. Throughout the game, players participate in the activities in the internment camp, such as baseball, gambling, or fishing. And choosing a game of baseball can affect the resources put into the family. However, with adequate resources, the choice of baseball can lead to a significant upgrade that can positively benefit the family. Players can also upgrade their job positions based on their level of performance to other employment options such as dentists, doctors, nurses, educators, journalists, illustrators, cooks, and even carpenters. Additionally, with each job position, players do establish the relationships to building a strong community through the unity of baseball, as each job opportunity is related to maintaining the game. Players pick from a small selection of rewards throughout the game. These rewards are typically 3 to 5 that enable them to make upgrading decisions that benefit the family. Activities could also be jobs, and maintaining them also earn the player rewards. Players have the opportunity to read each reward's details and think about how the reward would affect the character's family. For example, adding an extra bedroom to the room may cost the family meals for a few days. Players can also use their upgrades to explore different areas and unlock new activities or jobs to develop new skills. And players must use upgrades to relocate their families and explore different terrains whenever violent outbreaks occur in the current location. The game ends when players are unable to manage their resources efficiently and the family health meter depletes, or when the character has survived the years from 1941 to 1945 and made a positive impact to the game of baseball through their active participation in the job community to maintain the sport. Teachers and students have expressed their interest with video games, and this game gives students an engaging way to learn about the issues surrounding the internment camps and the struggles families endured. It also provides them with a general understanding of viewing positivity from difficult situations through the lens of baseball. Students will gear the direction of the game based off their personal experiences and interests. Students would be able to revisit the game to see and analyze how different outcomes could affect their storyline. This game ultimately values teachers and their heavy pressures of time and state standards. The game mechanics are simple enough for anyone to follow and include concise directions that don't require too much front loading before jumping in. The problem with strategy games is that they can be complicated and often require dedicated time and focus on completing. Luckily, Surviving Japanese Internment includes a guide for teachers to understand the game in advance if students run into any problems or have any questions throughout the gameplay. The game guide also includes discussion questions, writing prompts, and external assignments that teachers can use to supplement the game and provide formative assessments to students outside of the game. Additionally, the game has the ability to run student reports for teachers to review and provide feedback that will foster student connections to the real world. Now, regardless of being interested in baseball or not, players value and appreciate how baseball established unity and positivity within the harsh environments of the camp. Players' jobs relate to the game of baseball and contribute to maintaining the game's popularity and success within the camp. The social studies standards of analyzing the cause and effect of World War II are common across the states. This game allows for the flexibility of aligning the game's learning objectives to specific state curriculum through the classroom activities and assignments outside the game. Overall, the game is accessible and can fit into any high school social studies curriculum learning, discussing issues of civil rights and active citizenship. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. Let's learn and play. I look forward to delivering Surviving Japanese Internment to a classroom near you.